This is Kiran Jain. I'm personal development coach and trainer and have been training corporates and students for last 4 years, having overall experience of about 15 years. I have been traveling a lot and have worked with multicultural, multinational people in Europe, Southeast Asia, and India. So that's what my USP is. Like working with multinational, multicultural people, you know how to handle team meetings, how to handle conflicts between teams when people from different cultural environment are working together. So I have been helping students to settle down in new environment when they work with multinational companies, and I train them on soft skills. So today's session is about how to do presentations and how much is the importance of paralanguage in presentation. So as we all know that presentation means you create some PPT and then you present in front of public or in office, but that's not the complete idea. Presentation does just not include what you have created on PPT, it also include how you are presenting it. So let me share my presentation and then we can go forward that how we should be doing the presentation and what is the importance of paralanguage in presentation. That's what is the topic of today's session. Let me share my screen. As I told you that today's session is about paralanguage. Now let's first see what is paralanguage. So paralanguage is the technical term for the voices cues that accompany spoken words. So as I already told you, it's not just the presentation which you are sharing with the people, with the public. It's also that how you are doing the presentation. What is the importance of your spoken words? What is the importance of your body language when you are doing the presentation? Paralinguistics is the study of vocal and sometimes non-vocal signal beyond the basic verbal message or speech. So as it is saying that there is the importance of non-vocal words also, like how is your body posture, where are your hands, and what is your tone of voice. Let's see them one by one. So as you can see in this chart that when you say something, it's the 7% weightage go to the words, like what words you are using. So when you are doing the presentation, the complete presentation consists of words. So how much importance your words has when you are doing the presentation? It's 7%. And if you will see here, it is a 38% tone of voice. How you are saying, like how much stress you are putting on the words or specific words, or how much pause you are giving to the sentences when you are presenting. And the third factor, which is 55%, is your body language. Isn't it surprising that body language has 55% importance when you are saying something? So as I already said that how you're standing when you are doing presentation on dice, then how you're standing, where are your hands, where is your head, and how much movement you are making on the dice when you are doing the presentation. So that's all make the complete presentation skills. So today I'm going to cover few points from body language and tone of voice. Of course, the presentation which you have created has a lot of value. But other than that, as you can see here, 38% is your tone of voice and 55% is your body language. So we have to take care of that as well. Maybe your presentation is wow. When people will look at your presentation, they will say that, wow, what a presentation you have created. But when you present in front of them, maybe it's not that impressive because you have not used proper tone of voice, you have not used proper body language. So let's learn something about body language and tone of voice. So here are the components of speech, that is paralanguage. So as you can see here, it's pace, pitch, volume. There is pause. So we will learn about the power of pause as well, and visual aids. And then I will tell you some points about how to prepare your presentation and how to present it. Let's go to them one by one. So as you can see here, there are two pictures. One is a bullet train and another is a bullock cart. So what would you like to be, a bullock cart or bullet train? I know that you would love to be a bullet train, but while doing the presentation, you don't have to be bullet train also. What I mean to say here is you don't have to be too fast like a bullet train, and you don't have to be too slow like a bullock cart. So as per the study, what is the recommended number of words when you are speaking? It is about 1,000 words per 7 minutes. Okay, so that it comes to like 150 words per minute. So if you are doing a presentation of 20 minutes, then you should use at most 3,000 words. So that is the perfect pace of your speech when you are saying something. That is the pace which people are able to understand properly. If you are going too slow, then they will get bored. They would not be interested in listening. And if you are going too fast, then maybe they are skipping something, and then they will lose the interest because they were not able to understand what you said previously. So we have to keep in mind that there should be proper pace of speech when we are presenting something. Next is pitch. So there is high pitch and low pitch. So God has given high pitch to women and low pitch to men. And if you have heard of few leaders or few celebrities, you must have noticed that low pitch gives a pleasant experience. Uh, and men are blessed with that. So low pitch is symbol of strength and self-confidence. So when men speak, it becomes more impressive. I would not say when women speak, it is not that is impressive. But what I am saying here is that if you're talking in high speech, it shows that it is not that pleasant, and neither it is persuasive. So if your pitch is low, then it becomes impressive, and at the same time it is persuasive. There are few tricks also which people use when they have high pitch, because this is sometimes you cannot control. It's your natural voice. Okay, so there are few exercises also which I tell during my session which can help you to gain low pitch. Now I will move to the next point. It is about volume. So what should be your volume when you are giving the presentation, whether it is a small conference room or whether it is a big room where 1,000 people are present, or maybe if it's a very small room where a team is sitting, 5, 6 people. So do you think that the volume should be same in all the places? I'm sure that you would say no. So what should be your volume in all these three kind of places? So you have to gauge the size of the place, that how big it is and how many people are present there. So the volume depends on the size of the audience. So if you are presenting in front of 10 people and if you are presenting in front of 100 people, there should be difference. It should not be same volume. So when you are presenting in front of 100 people, definitely you have to put a little more force, or certainly we use mics when we are presenting in front of a lot of people. But when you are presenting in front of a small group of people, about 10, 15, then it has not to be so loud that it sounds like shouting, that you are shouting, because you are putting your whole energy in speaking. It should not sound like that. If you feel that your voice is not that strong and you cannot speak with that much volume, better to use mics at that time. Certainly you will use for big audience, but even if you think that you are not able to have that much control on your volume, or you are not able to put that much um, loudness in your speech, you can use small mics so that you don't have to put all your effort in speaking. So your volume should not be low, and varying voice can be effective. This I will take later on my presentation also. But what the point here is, varying voice can be effective means if we will speak with the same flow, then it will not sound interesting to the audience. You must have heard few people which they have same pitch throughout their speech, and they don't sound so impressive, or they people don't get attracted to that. So you have to change the volume depending on the kind of statements you are making. Sometimes when you have to show really like something exciting, then you have to put lot of effort, and then you have to present in a way that people also feel like that this is something exciting the speaker is saying. So you have to change your volume as per your requirement of the speech as well. So this is the point about volume. Now I would like to tell something about pause. Pause also has some power. Isn't it surprising that pause has also some importance in speech? Yes, it does. So before giving the importance of pause, I would like to say something about the words which we commonly use when we give speeches. We feel that they are stylish, but believe me, they are not. Like using the words like and like. So you think that by using these kind of words, you are making the speech impressive, but believe me, it's not. It is not professional. So when you are giving a professional speech, then at that time don't use these kind of words. Now second point which I would like to tell you is about short pause, that where you should use short pause. I know that you are curious to know that does short pause also has some importance and long pause also has some importance. Yes, so when you should use short pause, so when you are switching from one mode to another mode, or from one fact to another fact, or like in your when you are doing storytelling, and then you have completed one paragraph and you want to switch to another, at that time you can use short pause. That is the separation of thoughts, like you have completed one idea and now you are switching to another. So that is the importance of short pause. Let me give an example. For example, you are telling something about your journey, like you journey of life. So you are telling something about your childhood, and then you want to switch to adulthood. So once you complete telling about your childhood, so that's how my childhood was, and then you give a short pause and then move to adulthood, and then I was 18-year-old with all my responsibilities. So when you give a short pause, people know that now they are moving from one idea to another idea. Now, what's the importance of long pause? Long pause can be up to 3 seconds. And when it should be used? It should be used to create tension or curiosity. So tension, like you want to give some fact which is going to shock everyone. So at that time, you can use a long pause, for example, and then how many people died in that war, and then you give a long pause. People are thinking, they are making the calculations, something going behind in their mind, and then you give the fact and figure. But before that, you should be very well prepared with the facts and the figures, because you are creating a tension in the mind. So those facts should not be like uh, should not be not verified. They should be verified facts. And also you can use the long pause to create the curiosity. So again, like you want to say something, maybe the answer of some question, so that time you can create long pause and then give present them with a surprise. So that's the importance of pause during a speech. Isn't it interesting? While making the presentation, I would suggest that use visual aids. So we all know that we have more visual understanding than sound. So when we see something, it stores in our mind. When we hear something, maybe it will go after some time. But when you see something, it stays for a long time. So while making the presentation, if you use graphics, charts, or when you use even handouts. What are handouts? Like if you are doing a presentation with the topic is something which people not are familiar with. So at that time you can make small handouts, and when people enter to the room, then you can give those handouts, so they know in advance that what you are going to cover. And if this is something new you're going to tell, so they will get a little bit idea about your topic, and then when you give the speech or presentation, then at that time they would be able to understand better. So handouts are one of the way. And the props also have very big importance, and they make your speech and presentation very interesting. So if you're telling about some clown, so you can be dressed like that. Or if you're telling about some leader, or if you're telling about some sportsman, like if you're telling about some sports like hockey or cricket or soccer, so you can use the ball or bat or anything what is whichever is related to sport, or a cap or something, or a jacket, a sports jacket. So that will give uh, kind of idea that what you are going to tell about. So props are also being used while doing the presentation. So a picture is worth 1,000 words. So whatever you are going to tell in 10 sentences, that you can tell in one picture. So while making the presentation, use proper uh, charts, and you can also be dressed like that, so that people are aware of that what you are going to tell in your presentation. So these are the importance of, these are the parts of the paralinguistic speech, and they have too much value in your presentation. Now I will give you few tips about how to make your presentation and how to present it. So if you can see here on the slide that as we already covered about charts and graphs, so use charts and graphs. The standard font size which should be used for presentation is 30 points. So try to keep of that size. But if required, if you have little bit of more uh, data, then maybe you could use little smaller size. But it should not be so small that people can't read it. Slides should be visible from all sides. So make sure that if it is a big hall and the audience is sitting like in a semicircle form, then make sure that it is visible from all the sides. Keep visuals simple. There should not be too much things on the slide because it will confuse the audience. No spelling mistakes, understandable. No poor quality images. So images, if you are using, it should be of very good quality. It should be clear, not too many colors over there. There should not be much explanation on each slide. So keep the slide simple, keep bullet points and explain on the bullet points. You should not write the complete explanation on slide itself, because that will make it look very crowded, and also it will look very boring. So you keep the bullet points on the slide and then you explain about it. Few more points. So one of the very important point which people forget when they do the presentation is they turn back, because the presentation is at their back on the projector. So they start looking at the projector and they forget that their back is on the front of the audience. That looks very bad. So don't ever show your back to the audience. You can, if you want to show something, you can just stand a little bit sideways, and with your hand you can give the direction, and then you can present it, but don't show your back. Do not read from visuals. It looks very boring that you are just presenting the slide and then you are reading it from it. Anybody can do that. Why they will come there to hear your presentation if they have to just read it? Do not place more than one message on a slide. Yeah, it should not be confusing. If you want to give multiple messages, it should be on separate slides. No overuse of colors. Nowadays, it has become a trend to use too many colors. Like you can see that I have also used multiple colors here. But if you are giving a very professional presentation, it's better to use very moderate colors, and should not be mixing of lot of colors. No mixed fonts, as I already said to you, that if you are using a font size of 30, then the complete presentation should be of same font size. Change it when it is really required, not just to make it fancy. Do assume that images are self-explanatory, as I already told you, that whenever possible, try to put the images because they are more explanatory, and it stays in the mind for a longer time. I use laser pointers if possible. So when it is a group of big people, lot of audiences there, then better to use laser, because then you can point over the projector anywhere, and it becomes easier for the audience to understand that what point you are covering for now. But when you are using the laser, do not wave it over the all over the screen, like just zigzag, or sometimes even people do mistake of putting the laser over the audience. That's really bad. So don't ever do that. Keep that in mind. So these are few of the points which can help you making a good presentation. And with the points which I have covered under paralinguistic, you would be able to present it more interestingly, more impressive. So these are the few tips and tricks about how to make your presentation impressive, and how paralanguage can impact your speech or your presentation by using proper body language, tone of voice, and the rest of the facts which we have seen in the presentation. You can make your presentation very impressive. So you can connect me to learn more about presentation skill. This was just a short information, and there are many more things which you can learn under soft skills, which can make you a successful professional. And soft skills are not only important in your professional life; they have a lot of value in your personal life. So you can make your relationship greater. You can have a learning career, and you can have a great future by implementing soft skills in your day-to-day life. So thank you so much. Looking forward to connect with you.